What's up, everybody? It is Dynasty Wise.
Dynasty Wise.
Whoa, thank you. I did not expect that. That was awesome.
That's what's up.
Yeah, right. It is Dynasty Wise Live. Are you hashtag down with the Wise? I gotta say that out. I think Clayton will probably get mad at me because he likes that. But we're here early. It's the early edition. We're gonna go down each game, and we're gonna give who we like in each game as far as fantasy starts. At the same time, of course, we will be taking your questions. I want to shout out to Grizzly Grease. Grizzly Grease is our sponsor for this podcast. Go check them out at Grizzly. I'm really butchering this beginning.
All I need to say is, if you're Grizzly, it's the grease for you.
Yeah, right. But Grizzly Grease is for your beard. You got oils and balms. I used it a little bit when of course I shaved now. Well, I just took the razor and just kind of cleaned it up.
Yeah, as soon as I buy one of those today, I'll be doing something.
Right, and grizzlygrease.com, check them out. They're also on Facebook. It's great products for your beard. They're organic products, which is nice, and they have other accessories. They have soaps now. They have accessories like combs for your beard and everything. But it's a great product. We wouldn't be promoting it if it wasn't, because basically we're too small to lie to our people. So that's what we're going to say. But again, today we're going to be going down each game, kind of give you our takes. And I know it's early, so if there are people online, feel free to send in your questions, and we'll give you your takes. I am Jeff Mashed Potatoes McLeroy. I'm going to be co-hosting today with my good friend, the man I like to call the walking sports encyclopedia, Chad.
How's it going, everybody? I can take that nickname. It's better than mashed potatoes, I think.
Bullshit.
No, maybe not. Mashed potatoes is good.
When you're fighting in the calamari sand pits, Chad.
Can I say mashed taters? Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's why people, like, when I fought in the Mississippi mud pits, that's the only way they can say it. They're like, hey, that mashed potatoes a good fighter. So you can say that. I take no offense. We have a question already, Joe?
Yeah, Stephanie, our favorite female listener out there, is saying it's a little hard to hear us. So do you talk louder, or is it microphone?
Is it plugged in?
Oh.
Did we forget to plug it in? It's in?
Alright. We're good to go. We'll just talk louder.
We'll just talk louder. It sounds loud in our headset.
Yeah.
Technical issues, folks.
Yeah, it's not an issue. It's just
We're great. We give the best takes. We're very handsome. But
I'm handsome enough for people.
but technology-wise, we have issues here and there.
Well, we're the two old guys.
That's true. The two oldest and the handsomest.
Yes, very true.
That's right. So, but anyway,
Alright, let's get to football.
yeah, let's get to football.
Let's do this.
Let's go to the first game. The first game I have listed here is Chad, why don't you give a take on the game in general and then go into your picks, but it's Buffalo at Green Bay.
On the game in general, Buffalo, man, does anybody really care about Buffalo that much? Outside of their young quarterback, who had an impressive game last week, thanks to the 2 rushing touchdowns, it kind of skews his numbers, so far as where I'm at. The game itself, it's in Green Bay, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
I don't see how Buffalo's going to do that. I know they went to Minnesota last week. That was kind of a fluky game. Some turnovers by Cousins and some solid defense. But yeah, I really see Green Bay taking this game, unless for some reason Aaron Rodgers is knocked out or his injuries nagging. I see Green Bay taking this pretty easily. I do look for Josh Allen to have a decent game. I mean, he's one of my sleepers at quarterback this week. I'm not saying he's for sure going to go, but he's definitely got the potential, especially with a weak Green Bay secondary. But other than that, I'm pretty sure Sean McCoy is questionable for this game. I don't know if he's too productive. Outside of Zay Jones, can you put his name on the receiver for Buffalo?
No, you can't.
On the Green Bay side, though, I've liked this guy for about 2 years now. I've been pushing it. Geronimo Allison.
Geronimo!
Yes, just go deep. No, he's got some talent. Aaron Rodgers definitely likes throwing the ball to him. He had a great week last week, and I think he's just going to keep that up the rest of the season. So definitely keep your eye on Geronimo Allison.
Yeah, of course you're starting Aaron Rodgers. Doesn't really need to be said.
You just watch the way you want it.
Right.
Not that I mean injury report because he can be one of those last minute scratches.
Exactly. Are we coming in okay, Stephanie? Do you know? Or what does it say? Oh, no, but are we better now? We didn't do anything. We're just speaking louder. So,
Talk to us.
yeah. So, Stephanie, you're part of the team now. But, uh-oh. Who's that? Hello? Who was it? Hi, Mom.
Hey, Stephanie, I did say call.
Yeah. Kat is here. She's off camera. Her phone rang. So unprofessional. Meanwhile, my phone goes off and be louder or anything. But I like Devontae Adams at receiver. I think he's going to have a big game. You and I both talked earlier. I can't give you a reason why. I just feel like he's back. I think Aaron Jones is going to have a good game.
Yeah, I hope so. I drafted Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams last year as rookies in our league, and I hated that he was out for 2 games to start this year because I'm really looking for him to solidify that number one role with Green Bay. And I figured give him a couple of weeks and he will. I'm not starting him just yet. I'm the type that I want to see him go do it before I want to take the shot on him. I'm not to win a championship.
Right. He's kind of my bold prediction.
And it's a prediction. It's kind of bold, but it's not. I mean, he's done it before. He can do it again. He wasn't hurt. It was just a suspension. So, as long as they want to feed him the rock, Jamal Williams has a impressive talent on. So, we'll see.
Right. On the Buffalo side, if McCoy's not going, I think Chris Ivory's there. If you need him, I mean, I'm not saying go and pick him up. I don't know, but if you're desperate, like Chad said earlier, keep your eyes open on the injury report. And then for me, for IDP, I love Tremaine Edwards. That rookie has been playing his ass off.
Love it. I liked him as a pick. The first round pick for Buffalo. He was a monster at Virginia Tech. He's just translated to both.
I really wanted him in our draft. I wanted Derwin James, but you grabbed him before me because Derwin James, you did.
Oh, I planned out my draft specifically to have a couple of high second rounders to get some defensive guys, and Derwin James was right up on my list.
Yeah, I kind of had a couple of second rounders, and that's what I did.
I wanted Raekwon, but man, he got snagged first. So
I think Edwards is playing better than him.
Oh, they're both gonna have potentially great NFL careers, so I'm not too worried about it. But,
right. That is Spencer's Head, our producer. We're not sure if y'all can hear us or not, so we're kind of working on our production. What's up?
Keep going.
No, keep talking.
Cool.
All right, let's go to.
I noticed something up on here real quick.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I want to
Sure, buddy.
For anybody who knows me, I was a huge Dan Marino fan as a youngster. And I have a good buddy who is a New England fan, and he's asking here, might be completely subjective, but how do I like the Dolphins' chances tomorrow against his Patriots? I like them a lot, although I do think Tom Brady is about to have a Tom Brady game.
Yeah.
No Josh Gordon. He doesn't know Josh Gordon. He's just going to hit Gronk all day long if he can. He'll find, the third string running back from the practice squad if he has to. But Brady's had a slow start, and they're at home versus Miami. Miami had one loss to eat. He's ready to go. But I do see Miami pulling out the win.
Right. I also think Brady's going to have an excellent game. I think Patriots are trending down, and he's just, to me, Joe Montana's the GOAT, but I don't argue with anyone who says Tom Brady's the GOAT. So the GOAT is probably getting a little sick of this downward spiral, so to speak. They're slowly going down.
My only argument to that is Montana had Rice and Roger Craig and John Taylor and great. Tom Brady done it with nobody.
Right, but he's done it in there's a big difference when Montana did as far as defenses went compared to Brady.
True.
I mean, it's like I throw Peyton Manning out of that conversation. You know, but that's why I'm saying I don't. Or if somebody says, yeah, Montana's go, but for me it's Brady. I don't really argue.
Yeah.
Because I mean he's had Moss and he's had quality receivers, but not as far as the.
Well, the year he had Moss, they didn't win it.
No, but he still had the thing. But looks like we got a question.
We got a question coming in from Pablo Bradley.
Pablo.
Williams or Stills in my flex?
I'm assuming Mike Williams.
If it's Mike Williams, I say Mike Williams.
I'll have to go Stills. Stills has proven himself to be the Dolphins' top target out there. He's putting up good numbers, consistent. He was consistent at the end of last year. So I'd go Stills. But Williams, I have Williams as one of my sleepers this week. So.
I don't like Stills. Stand up.
They actually thought his production was going to go down with the Devontae Parker coming back, but it's actually going up, along with Jakeem Grant.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Parker's not the number one guy there. Still is.
There were a lot of receivers in that draft where Devontae Parker got taken, and none of them have really stepped up, to be that. But Stills is like Chad said, everything the Sports Encyclopedia said is dead on about Stills. I'm saying Williams because he kind of just has shown up more and more, and with Keenan Allen questionable, you don't know if he's going to have, they're going to go, start throwing to him, looking his way. So, all in all, Chad, I think he's kind of in a good position with either one.
Oh, 100%.
They both have potential here.
100%. And not only that, Keenan Allen's out, but I mean, you still have Austin Eckler, Melvin Gordon, Tyrell Williams, and Travis Benjamin. I mean, they've got a host of guys out there that can catch the ball. So.
We got another question coming in.
Cool.
Jamal Williams or Derrick Henry?
Who is that?
It is Charlie.
Charlie Brown.
Jamal Williams or Derrick Henry? I don't like either one of them, honestly. No. If I had to pick, I'd go Jamal Williams. Philadelphia's got the number one run defense in the league. And you're talking about a guy who is not even a solid number one on his team. I just don't see Derrick Henry having a very good game this week.
We had this question, I think Wednesday, and I went with Derrick Henry. I went with Derrick Henry only because he's got the potential, and Jamal Williams, there's like 3 running backs in Green Bay. Him and then Aaron Jones, as we kind of discussed, we like better, and Montgomery. I'm just going to say Derrick Henry just because he's big, he's got the potential to do it. So, you can listen to the Sports Encyclopedia or mashed potatoes.
And to me, it's just a matchup. I mean, like I said, I really don't like either one of them, but like I said, Philadelphia's run defense, number one in the league, and then you got Jamal Williams going against Buffalo with Aaron Jones, who's not really fully back into the rotation as far as we know, and not much else happening. So,
Thank you for the question.
Yes, Justin wants to know y'all's thoughts on Josh Gordon.
Dude's got to get on the field. I kind of saw this coming where he wasn't just going to jump out and be the number one guy right away. That target. It was going to be an ease and in process. I figured he'd been at least in the lineup by week 2, but I mean, apparently he's being nagged by some injuries. But if the guy can ever get on the field, it's a great weapon for Brady. But again, here I go back to the whole let me see it first. I'm not going to take my chances on him until I know for sure he's out there and he's catching passes. So.
Well, his potential is high.
Yes.
And, he can get some high output. Don't throw him in the pot just yet.
One more punch.
I think no. He learned the Chiba system when he was in Japan.
If he gets on the field, he's going to smoke some quarterback.
Chad, let me ask you a question. If you're in a Dynasty league and you're probably going to have the first pick in the draft, would you give up your first and second round for Josh Gordon?
I wouldn't give up a third round for Josh Gordon.
All right. Look, all kidding aside, Josh Gordon has the talent, but hang on to him. Just, yeah, Jesus, help me, Jesus, and baby Jesus. but I can, pretty much, I'm just gonna parrot what Chad said. So just keep him and see what develops. It's a long season. It's only week 4.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
if you got some depth, he's definitely worth rostering. He's nowhere near startable yet until he gets on the field, or if he gets on the field, that's still not a given.
if somebody traded their first and second pick in their dynasty draft, what would you people do to him? Bite his nose off? Cut his head off? Kick him in the nads?
I'm telling you right now, I still don't believe it's not Casey. It's got to be. I've yet to meet this guy. He's yet to do anything but make 2 trades. He dropped Aaron Donald and traded Josh Gordon, 2 first and second for Josh Gordon. It's got to be Casey. Come on, guys.
No, because Casey's not picking them up or making the trades with him.
It doesn't matter. Casey's just trying
he's
to.
in for the long run.
Right.
That's his ploy
Of
to
course.
distract us. But welcome, Corey. Nice to have you.
What up, Corey?
Always welcome.
I love Matt Ryan.
We got another question from Cam. He's asking Quincy Enunwa or Antonio Callaway.
Ooh. I think this first couple of games, Mayfield's going to be looking heavy to Landry. Like that's going to be his safety blanket. But I like but I'm leaning to Callaway. Just Enunwa's always injured. I can't explain it. I lean towards Callaway.
I'm kind of on the fence on this one, only because Jets are playing Jacksonville. Jacksonville doesn't give up a lot of passing yards. They've got a stout secondary. Enunwa's going to get his. I like him overall better than I like Callaway. But the matchup against Jacksonville, I'm not a fan of, and I love Cleveland's matchup against the Raiders and their horrible secondary. So yeah, I guess Callaway, but I think Enunwa's going to have a better game only because Jarvis Landry, like you said, is going to get the majority. My sleeper in that game is Njoku. I think Njoku's about to bust out in this game with the limited receivers on that team. They're going to run the ball a lot. I look for Baker to hit his tight end early and often. So keep an eye out on Njoku in this game. Callaway's he's got the potential to go for 102 touchdowns, but I see more 60 and maybe a touchdown.
I do like Quincy's name, Quincy.
We got a question from Justin Nikolai. How do y'all feel Wentz against Tennessee? Y'all have him having a big game?
I think so. I think he can have a solid game there. I wanted to see his first game, and he looked pretty good. So there's no reason why he can't show up for this game against Tennessee. Tennessee's got a decent defense, but Wentz is going to have a big game here.
Yeah, they've got a pretty good pass defense too. But if Carson Wentz is back and fully healthy, he's one of the premier quarterbacks in the league. So I'm really not worried about it being a top 8, top 10 defense. I think he's got a real good chance of being a sleeper this week. Tennessee's got all kinds of offensive problems. So, if they've got the ball a lot, that just means he's got a lot of potential to score. So, yeah, I like Wentz this week.
Did I ever tell you about the people of Tennessee?
Moving on.
Multiple times.
We got a question from Francisco. He's asking Fitz Magic versus Chicago or Luck versus Houston. I'm sure this one's probably going to be a unanimous decision. But Fitz Magic versus Khalil's Magic that he's bringing, or Luck versus that horrible Houston
I think
defense?
the Magic is about to run out in Tampa Bay. He's got Winston at his heels now, back on the team. He's playing one of the best defenses in the league. Mac is going to be all over this guy. He still may get some yards, but you saw last week 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I don't see any reason to think he's not going to do the same this week as far as interceptions go. If he's upright long enough to. So yeah, I actually like Luck against Houston. Houston's secondary's not that great. their offense isn't that great. So, him and Hilton, I look to have a huge game tomorrow.
Their stupid coach isn't great with that stupid,
Bob's.
pellet gun wound on his stupid chin. Jesus, you put a pea in there and he can eat it later. But in any case, I'm going to say I want to blame you for starting Fitzmagic. I mean, he's hot, and he's going to throw for 300 yards and 3 TDs and interceptions. I mean, the yardage and the touchdowns will outweigh the interceptions. I just don't see it as a shootout with biscuits on the other side of quarterback. I don't see it as a shootout. And let me tell you folks something. We're in Houston, and this is what I'm going to tell you. If the Texans are playing a rookie, a backup quarterback, or someone coming back from injury, they will go off on the Texans. And I know Luck's played 4 games now.
But he's torched the Texans regardless anyway.
Right.
So.
Hell, Jacoby Brissett's beat the crap out of the Texans. I'm glad we're playing for Luck.
For 2 different teams.
Yeah, I'm glad we're playing Luck.
England and Indianapolis.
Right. So we both say Luck on this one.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I think Luck and Hilton are going to have a huge week this week. I think you can lock Hilton in for big game. I was going to say on that, Houston's defense in the secondary, I'm not sure what they're trying to do with Kareem Jackson back there. Tyrann Mathieu is a stud. But other than that, Jonathan Joseph is way too old. Colvin, solid, but, hasn't really done anything great this year. Clowney's just non-existent. Hopefully J.J. Watt will have another game like he did last week. I just can't see how he does it. And on Fitzpatrick, I said ride Fitzpatrick, ride the wave as long as he's hot. I think last week was the start of him not being hot anymore. He wasn't going for 5 touchdowns and 400-something yards and no interceptions with 1 interception. The guy started throwing bad balls like we used to see him.
They were horrible passes.
You're putting him up against a top-notch defense.
It frustrates me to see like an NFL quarterback overthrow a 7-yard pass. It's like, dude, it's 7 yards for you. How do you miss that guy and you're in the NFL? I could have made that pass. Yeah. I'd go out with my old shoulders. I make one pass, but I also like I would start Watson in that game if you have Watson because again. Butt chin doesn't get the Texans ready, and so they always got to come back. They always play better in the second half. So I would say play Watson in that game.
And as far as Watson goes, I'm just very leery on him, especially because of the play calling, because of the offensive line. D-Hop is questionable. Now, I'm expecting him to probably play, but I like Will Fuller in this game a lot. So, to me, the play in this game, if you have to take somebody off Houston's offense, it's Fuller. I don't look for Miller to do much. I don't look for the running game to do much. If Watson does do something, I think it's going to be to Fuller, and it's going to be to Fuller a lot.
As I've said in previous podcasts, start Will Fuller until about week 6 when he gets injured and goes out for 5 games. Or
forgets how to catch again.
But, yeah, definitely start Luck on that game. And thank you for the question, and thank you for the questions. We have more?
Yes, Jermaine's asking, who y'all get for wide receiver 2 position? Ridley, Robinson, or Fitzgerald? Full PPR.
Well, preface that with saying Fitzgerald is questionable for this week. And second that with I really like Calvin Ridley. I really like what he did last week. And I do not see any reason for him to stop, especially against that porous Cincinnati Bengals defense.
I'm 1,000% agreeing with you. Ridley, for wide receiver 2, Ridley, start him. 3 touchdowns last week. It's kind of like starting Fitzmagic. He's got time. Ridley's on my team. In the first game, he didn't get anything, but they came out and said, look, we are going to get Ridley in this game. And boy, have they. He really has. So maybe, I don't know, Chad, maybe he's getting, he's seeing the looks because they're double, put double coverage or safety over Julio Jones, which you can't blame him.
Well,
But
maybe
he's getting it.
maybe he's just that talented. I mean, this guy was the number 1 receiver coming out in this draft, and he all world at Alabama, and I liked him a lot coming into the NFL. Him and Sutton both, but I mean, I go back to the whole Julio Jones, Roddy White thing when Roddy White was the man and Julio came in, and they were both dynamic together for about a year. And then White kind of started to fade away. I kind of see him doing the same thing now. They're going to kind of start fading Julio out and making Ridley the man, and it's just a cycle. It's vicious, but it's a cycle.
No, I'm not sure, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, Chad, or the producers, or Kat over there. But did Julio Jones get paid?
No.
The contract he's going to want.
Yep.
Yeah. I like what you just said there. They might be phasing him out.
That has a whole lot to do with it. He wanted to get paid. They haven't paid him. They went out and drafted his replacement. I mean, writing's on the wall.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for the question. We appreciate it. Definitely, we're both saying Ridley.
We got our new Dynasty Wise member, Stephanie.
Hey, Steph.
She's asking, how do y'all feel with the change to Rosen at QB? How do y'all feel on Christian Kirk's production?
I like it because, all right. First off, don't look for fantasy explosions. I'll preface saying that. But I like the fact that these two guys hooked up a lot in the preseason. I know it's preseason, but they hooked up a lot in preseason. This game, Larry Fitzgerald is questionable. Again, I'll remind you to check your injury reports tomorrow before your games. I see the future potential in those two. Chad?
I see the potential in one of the two. Kirk. I'm not sold on Rosen yet. Let me see what he does when he gets thrown into the fire in the NFL.
The guy will be in the fire.
The guy had, to me, the biggest knock on Rosen coming out of college was when he got put under pressure, he collapsed. He threw bad passes, misguided passes. If he could stay in the pocket untouched, or if he could roll out and do his business, he's got a rocket arm. He can hit receivers. But as soon as that pressure came on this guy, he either freezes up or panics and just tries doing too much. So I'm not 100% sold on Rosen, but as far as Kirk in this whole situation, I saw Kirk play a lot of football at A&M.
That's your hat.
Yes. Well, this is actually kind of this is the 12. It's a baseball program.
Oh,
but,
we'll say it's the 12th man.
Yeah. That's kind of where it came from. It originated in College Station. But I saw him play a lot at A&M. I've never seen a guy be such a playmaker. So,
get your guns up.
Is that a red?
Yes.
Red Radio, like Texas Tech, really?
Yes.
Oh, is it a Kiki Coty reference since he's going to be playing this week or what? But,
he ain't playing.
No, he's active this week.
I apologize. I'm sorry.
So, anyways, but yeah, so I know how much of a playmaker this guy can be. I don't see how he's not making more plays. I don't know if it was Bradford or the offense, or he's just not, trusted yet, but I still think big things to come for Christian Kirk, so just kind of wait and see. But as of right now, he's not a startable player.
The other big negative of him coming out of college is the fact that he was a giant asshole.
Well, who isn't in the NFL?
Apparently Rosen excelled at that. So I don't know. He's a giant asshole.
Yeah, whatever.
You look at his face and it's like, that guy's an asshole. It has no fantasy relevance.
Yes. It does, really.
Unless you have like asshole scores, then he'd be my first pick.
To me, that just puts a bigger target on your head for these defensive guys to come pound you.
Actually, if I was in an asshole league, I would draft Le'Veon Bell first, but then my second pick would be Rosen.
Really, at quarterback, that would be your second pick? Rosen's the
in
biggest one?
In asshole league, yes, he's the number one quarterback.
Man. Not Brady.
I don't think Brady's an asshole.
I bet he is. I bet that guy's straight up an asshole.
If it was,
yeah, Jameis Winston.
Oh well, Winston could be. Yeah, crab legs. I forgot about crab legs, but if I was drafting, if I was in a fantasy league where it's like who the refs will protect, Brady's the number one pick. And if you don't have that number one pick, you're trading your future to get Brady as your number one pick.
Well, unfortunately for us, we're not in that league. So
right.
Let's move into the next game.
All right, let's go. Do we have any questions?
So we got a question from Jeremy Dunn.
What's up, Jeremy?
Larry Fitzgerald or Sony Michel?
Ooh, I don't like either one, to be
Well-
honest with you.
Well, like we said, Larry Fitzgerald, questionable for tomorrow. He's a gamer. He's probably going to play. But as far as Sonny Michel, Burkhead's on IR now.
Yeah.
Hill's on IR now. Gillisley's gone. So basically you have James White, Sonny Michel.
And they did start Sony Michel last week.
So, if I had to pick between the two and I still wasn't 100% sure if Fitzgerald was going to play, I don't have a problem playing Michel. It just, you never know. Edelman's next week. He's still got another week.
I agree. I'm just going to avoid Arizona versus Seattle. I mean, they still got Earl Thomas back there. Griffin is playing well at the corner. They drafted Sony Michel in the first round. Belichick wants to start him. Belichick, when he had a horse, when he had a horse to run with, he kept the horse in. So Sony Michel can be that guy. So I'm going to say start old Sony Michel.
I like James White over Michel still on that team, but as far as that game goes, that Arizona-Seattle game, like we were saying about Brady earlier about how he's kind of been a slow start and this is going to be his break. I feel the same way about Russell Wilson, especially if Doug Baldwin's back in that lineup. I can see Russell Wilson going off and having his QB1, QB2, QB3 game that he put up week after week last year. So,
Chad, let this guy down easy. It's a guy named Scott Strickland. He says, "What up, Chad?"
What's up, Scott? How are you?
He says, "Is he stupid to even consider Fitzmagic over Rodgers tomorrow?"
No, it's not stupid, but I wouldn't advise it. Again, Fitzpatrick's got to come back down to earth sometime. He started to last week. Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. If he's healthy or if he's on the field and playing, you got to start him. Now if there's a question on whether he's going to play or not, I can see going Fitzpatrick just because of the doubt on whether or not he's going to play. But yeah, to me, it's Rodgers all the way. But it's not stupid. And thanks for the question, Scott.
Yeah, thank you, Scott. Francisco's back asking,
Francisco!
half-point PPR, Calvin Ridley versus Cincy or John Brown versus Steelers?
Ridley for me.
Ooh, that's a good one. Man,
I forgot Pat's
Yeah.
dogs are outside.
I've got to go. I've got to go Ridley on that as well. I like John Brown against the Steelers. He's one of the guys I kind of had a possible big week this week, but I still Ridley after what he did last week and knowing how big a play this guy can be. I'm going Ridley.
Thank you for the question. Next.
So we got a question coming in from Dustin Bailey.
Dustin.
Coleman or Connor? Connor had been involved more in the passing game, but Coleman is a better matchup.
Cincinnati at Atlanta.
I'm not sold on Coleman. Yeah, he's going to get some receptions. I don't think he's going to get a workload in that. It's going to be in the air. Plus, he's facing Geno Atkins and Carlos Dunlap on that defensive line. I'd much rather have James Conner against Tampa Bay, especially knowing that guy's he's a workhorse. Give him the ball 25 times, and he's going to go out there and get 5 yards a carry, 2 touchdowns. So,
Well, and with Bell still not being back, I mean, this dude's just earning his paycheck
yeah,
day in and day out.
And who else do they have? Nobody. I mean, if they're going to hand the ball off, it's him. As compared to Coleman, who Freeman, Ito, whoever. But plus, he's on a pass-happy team. So, yeah, give me Connor.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm the third string running back in the Steelers. I think they have James White. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But, yeah, I would go Connor also. But they're going to be playing at home versus Baltimore. I know Atlanta's going to be playing at home, but I see, with A.J. Green, I can see that as a potential, passing. Like Chad said, it's probably going to be more passing. Tevin Coleman's a good running back. I mean, he's put up the numbers. But I agree with my fellow colleague here, and I would choose Connor. Plus, he fought the Terminator.
Yeah, right. That's John Connor.
Different. Never mind.
Yeah.
Start Coleman now.
No,
I thought it was.
That was his cousin.
Oh, well, it's in DNA. Nah, Connor.
We got a question from Jorge. He's asking Russell Wilson or Fitzpatrick for Week 4.
Everybody on the Fitzpatrick, they just don't know whether or not this guy is for real or not. Everybody was
The
right.
Bears are scary though. This matchup's probably
Bears are not.
the week to stay away.
Bears or not, it's still Fitzpatrick. Are you really asking because of the matchup? Or are you really asking because nobody has faith in this guy staying the way he is? I don't. I hate the matchup. So yeah, give me Russell Wilson against that Arizona defense all day long.
A lot of people say, and we say it all the time too, is like you got to start the hot hand, but you really don't. You really don't have to start it. And I don't like the matchup versus Chicago. You've got a good problem, in my opinion, but I would I'm leaning Wilson. I think Lockett's starting to show up, and I believe Chad, you said that
Baldwin's back.
Baldwin's back. So, and plus I can't tell you who's in Arizona's backfield other than Buda Baker.
Antoine Bethea,
So-
Patrick Peterson. They got the guy from Cleveland.
Joe Hayden.
No, the other one.
Hayden Joe. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know why his name's escaping me right now.
But Patrick-
Taylor.
Ike,
No, Jamal Taylor or
Jamal,
Taylor, something Taylor.
Taylor Swift.
No.
Oh, I was gonna say that was a start. No, I'm gonna lean to Wilson for this one. I don't blame you for starting Fitzpatrick though. I mean, like I say, taking on a tough defense, if he still throws for 400 yards and 5 interceptions and 3 TDs, you're still gonna make a points. But I'm gonna lean to Wilson.
Agreed.
Alrighty, Chaz is asking, you got to pick 2: Fournette, Hyde, or Elliott.
Oh,
Why are you asking that question, Chad? Oh,
Chaz.
no.
Chaz,
To
oh.
me, this is a no-brainer. I think Elliott and Hyde are going to be 2 of your highest-scoring running backs this week, so it's easy for me on that one.
I'm gonna say Fournette and Elliott is where I'll go. I think I see Cleveland in a shootout, so they're not going to be handing the ball off as much. Again, Hyde is an awesome running back. He's a good running back. He's quietly a good running back. He's really not mixed into the conversation with solid running backs. But I'm going to say Fournette. He's back. And, the other one, not Hyde.
Just
Elliott.
Just to back up on this, Elliott's going up against Detroit, who is allowing 150 rushing yards a game. That's pretty atrocious. Hyde's going up against Oakland, who is allowing 116 rushing yards a game or in the bottom third of the league in rushing defense. I like that. I like that for both of those guys. And Fournette, going up against the Jets. Jets defense is solid. I mean, they're only giving up, I think they're only giving up 20, not even 20 points a game. So, matchup wise and just I don't see how you go against either one of those guys.
I do. Fournette.
Is that just because you're hoping he does, or is that
Half and half. No,
Okay.
I think he's going to have a good game. I think he will. I think their crappy play last week, and he's coming back. They're definitely going to be. I just think they're playing better. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, but it works. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's your gut instinct that's going to tell you. You know?
100%. I mean,
So we can help you and
We can
give
help-
you
yeah.
advice. We're the smartest and most handsomest. Well, my mom says I'm handsome. She says I'm the most handsomest boy in Spring, Texas.
and yes, my shirt says it all. I'm a fantasy football legend, but I'm not a fantasy football god. I can't get everything right.
Right. So I'm the handsomest boy in Spring, Texas, and he is the fantasy
Hey,
football.
I see this name, Casey Parker. Does that sound familiar, y'all?
No, sounds like
I think I knew a guy named Casey Parker.
sounds like
one
a
time.
guy with a bad football team.
Sounds like a tool.
No,
Yeah.
it sounds like a guy who's got 2 bad football teams.
Oh yeah. We think Casey Parker is also the ghost.
Our ghost team.
I don't think
Yeah.
it. I know it.
All
I
right,
know
Francisco's back. He's asking half PPR. He wants you to sit 2. He's got Golden Tate, John Brown, Keelan Cole, Alshon Jeffries, and Doug Baldwin.
I'm sitting Jeffrey for sure. He's questionable.
Yep.
Plus, he hadn't really played much, so I'm okay with sitting him. Tate against Dallas, I'm okay with that. Baldwin, if he's back and they're playing Arizona, I'm all for him. So it comes down to Cole and Brown for me. I'll take Brown against the Steelers rather than Cole. So to me, I'm sitting Cole and Jeffrey.
I don't know how long Chad talked back there. We'll say 15 seconds. Rewind it back 15 seconds and just listen what he said. I agree.
Is there an echo there?
Yeah.
Says Marcus Wilson has a question.
What up, Marcus?
Fitzmagic or Rivers this week?
Another Fitzmagic.
People
Look at
love
the
him.
Doubt. Everybody is jumping off the bandwagon. I'm telling you right now.
I'm going to say Rivers all the way on this one.
Yeah.
Rivers just been solid.
Let's go down the list real quick. So we have Fitzpatrick, Mahomes. I'll take Mahomes. Fitzpatrick, Brady. I'll take Brady. Fitzpatrick, everybody basically except for Rosen, Mariota, Prescott, and Darnold.
I would take
And Tannehill.
I'd take Fitzgregor over all of them.
Whatever.
I'm just.
It's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot to play.
This sucks giving advice. I quit.
Yes. We got Sandra, and I see her all the time.
Everybody, welcome.
I see her all the time on all
welcome
the
to the chat
league
fantasy
feeds.
football show.
She's saying that this might sound dumb, but should she bench Devontae Adams for Mike Williams? Hard to ignore Williams' numbers and what the Bills did to the Vikings last week, but that was a fluke.
Chandra, that actually doesn't sound dumb at all. That's very educated and well put. You've obviously done some research, so don't ever think your question's dumb, first of all.
Yeah.
But Devontae Adams for Mike Williams. No, I'm not benching Devontae Adams for anybody right now. He's the number one guy there. He's a touchdown machine over his career. As long as Rodgers throwing him the ball, I'm playing Adams.
Really?
Since 2016, Devontae Adams has been number 2 in touchdowns.
Is it 2 or 1? I thought he was number 1. Who's number 1?
Brown and
Oh, Antonio Brown. Yeah.
Antonio Brown. I think you got a good problem, to be honest with you. I think either one's gonna show up.
Who's your other receiver?
Probably Brown. I don't know.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
I kind of, if Keenan Allen's not going to be 100%, they're going to look at Williams. So I would say Williams, but what Chad said about Devontae Adams is the true number 1, even though he's got Geronimo.
Yes, as much as I like Geronimo, Adams still the guy.
And Cobb Salad over there.
Cobb's questionable this week.
Oh, he's questionable, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna lean to Devontae Adams because one, I did my research and I got Devontae Adams on my list, but then I look at my list and I realize I have no, I don't. I have Keenan Allen on my list. So yeah, start Devontae Adams. You need some water?
Yeah, I was gonna see if you could grab my Coke for me.
Sure.
So we got a question coming in from Luke. Mahomes versus Bucks, Watson versus Colts, or Rivers versus Niners, standard scoring.
Mahomes versus who?
Broncos.
The
The Broncos. I thought you said the Bucks.
Maybe I did.
I was
Sorry.
like,
Broncos.
what?
You said it right. It was
Broncos.
Jeff. He doesn't matter here. You're good.
I'm sorry. But, well, when you fight in the sand pits of the calamari, you've taken a few shots. Oh, okay. I got you.
Sam gets stuck.
It was Spencer. But I'm gonna say Watson. Again, I've said it earlier. Their coach, the Texans coach, is stupid. He looks confused on the sidelines. But I mean, it's an in-division game. I think Colts are gonna play well. I think yeah, they ain't paying us. You know, they might pay that lady at the judicial hearing. So but I'm gonna say Watson on this one, Chad. I like the matchup, and I think he's gonna have to throw because Miller's not gonna do anything.
I don't see how you go against Mahomes, really. And yes, I'm saying this to Spencer, who whooped my ass last week, thanks to Saquon Barkley and Pat Mahomes, lucky bastard. But yeah, Mahomes is off the charts for real right now. Unlike Fitzpatrick, he's not throwing 3 interceptions in a game, and he's a young guy who's never shown that he's not a good NFL quarterback. So Denver defense is great against the run. Their secondary's good, not great. So yeah, I'm still going Mahomes.
What about the pass rush for Denver? You think he'll get to Mahomes? Not in his head, but you think there's a chance? Is there a chance? Like, would that be a negative on Mahomes?
It could be, but I think Andy Reid's smart enough to know that that's going to be coming. I think you're going to see Hunt catch a lot of balls. I think Kelsey's going to get a lot of short passes to kind of do it. And, Mahomes is used to spread offense and throwing the ball around and getting rid of it quick. So I'm really not too worried about it. They're going to get to him, of course. But,
some of these people have really great options no matter what, who they start. All right, thank you for the question. We appreciate
It's
it.
all problems Jeff wish he had on his team.
Jeff's 3-1.
We got a question from Zach. He's asking, who is the better wide receiver, Golden
Me.
Tate
Whoa,
or T.Y. Hilton?
How are you 3-1 when we've only played 3 weeks?
Because it says 3-1, because it updates it.
Jeff's trying to pull one over on y'all guys.
No, it does. If you go look at the standings right now, you
Yeah,
probably
it
either
does.
have a
No,
win
it really
or a
does.
loss.
It says 3-1.
Yeah, because of wherever you're standing right now.
It's because I got 85 points on that Thursday game because
Yeah.
I called to start Littleton and Johnson.
That
They
was
got me
good on
20
Littleton.
points. Johnson got me
But
20 points
that
each
makes me
also.
3-1 also. Then,
You're
so.
probably 3-1.
I
Yeah.
am.
All right. Wait, what was
I
the
am
question?
because I sat Jared Goff for Kirk Cousins. Ooh, actually it was okay. I mean, Cousins still got me almost 40 points, but Goff went for 48. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I started Cooper Kupp.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah.
I was sitting there eating dinner at a restaurant, watching that wide open long bomb. Was like, oh, good lord.
I was like, glad I'm not
It's
playing
gonna be a
good.
high scoring
I'm
game.
so glad I'm beating the Casey's fake team, the ghost team,
Yes.
after his debacle joke of a trade. But
Yeah.
But anyway, Golden Tate or Ty Hill. I'm only into Golden Tate. I like his quarterback better.
Ty is gonna blow up against Houston this week.
Oh, I forgot to play in Houston.
I'm going to say right now, all the
I'm saying
Detroit
Golden Tate.
wide receivers are solid picks because most of the time they can't establish the run game and they're playing in garbage time. And Matt Stafford likes to sling the ball, especially if you got Galladay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry, Joe. I didn't mean to step on you. Yeah, I'm going to change my thing to T.Y. Hilton. Because what Joe just brought up is that all the receivers on Detroit is good.
Yes.
So that's a good take from Joe there.
Marvin Jones, Galladay.
Yeah.
And even if Kerryon Johnson has a game like he did last week, I mean that's Dallas doesn't give up a lot of rushing yards, but they'll give up the points in the air. So
Right. All right. Do we have another question, Joe?
Yes, sir. Billy is asking, do y'all feel any better with DJ with the rise of Rosen?
well, I can't really say the rise of Rosen yet because he hasn't played a game.
He didn't say that. I said that.
I was about to say. Sorry, Billy. I'll get on to Joe for that one. Again, it's hard to go out and say any wide receiver is going to benefit from a rookie quarterback being out there who's never played a game yet. So slow the reins on Rosen real quick. Yes, Mayfield came out and had a great game. Yes, Allen came out and put up some decent points in his second game. Darnold has had a good game. They've got better teams than Rosen has. Rosen has Fitzgerald and disappeared David Johnson wherever he went. But that's about it. No offensive line. No tight end. So be a little wary on Rosen compared to these other rookie quarterbacks. And thinking he's going to just ride this, coming into the league and taking off things. So,
I think they will rely more on DJ because they're putting in the rookie quarterback. DJ is a solid player. He's having a tough time.
I think he has
now,
a bounce back week this week. This is the week.
I do too. So I think with Rosen coming in, I think that helps DJ because he is the superstar on that team with Fitzgerald. The best thing you can do for your rookie quarterback is get a good run game going, and he's great ability to catch the ball out of the backfield.
Yeah.
And with a no offensive line, you're gonna look for those quick slants and dump it off, maybe a screen pass to the running back. So if you're thinking of starting DJ, because Rosen's in. Both are saying, this might be a week.
To me, he's the offensive play for Arizona this week. Is DJ over Rosen, over Fitzgerald, over whoever else they have on offense.
I agree. Do we have any other questions? Thank you for the question, by the way.
Yes, we got Fred, not to be mistaken with the driver of the Mystery Machine. He wants you to pick 2, Royce Freeman, Alex Collins, or Michael, but I'm guessing it's Sony Michel.
Yeah.
It could be Fred Flintstone.
Oh, true.
That's
not
right.
to be mistaken.
Or Fred from Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh.
You know who I'm talking
R.I.P. Burt Reynolds.
about. Collins is a must. I think
He's out of the doghouse.
His matchup too this week versus what, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh will give up some points on the ground, and Collins each week this year just slowly his fantasy point totals have gone up and gone up and gone up. I don't see any reason that they're going to regress this week, so I think he's definite out of that 3. Royce Freeman, hasn't been great, but he's been solid. He's putting up some points, as opposed to Sonny Michel, who's not done anything really yet. So give me Freeman and Collins.
I will go with Collins as well. I think he's out of the doghouse. They've been bringing in Buck Allen as well too, but I still like Alex Collins as the main guy.
They complement each other well.
Yeah, they really do. And I'm gonna go Sony Michel. Freeman, I just don't know about. If Philip Lindsay doesn't punch anybody this week, he won't be thrown out of the game. But I really don't. I just think Sonny Michel, they're gonna put him in there. They're gonna try to get him the rock and get it. See their investment, their first round pick investment. So, definitely. So out of that, definitely Collins. We both say Collins, but we differ on the second one.
All right,
Brian.
We got Peter Pistol P.
Woo!
He needs a QB to start, standard league. He needs you to pick 1. Eli Manning, Fitzmagic, or the Baker train.
The Baker train.
Now, finally, something fits magic-wise, whatever y'all want to call him, that's kind of worth debating. Not the Eli Manning part, but the Baker Mayfield part. This is one where I might go ahead and just play Fitzmagic because you don't know 100% what you're going to get from Baker, and you do know that he hadn't even played a full game yet.
Right.
He looked great, don't get me wrong, and he is playing Oakland, so, that's in his favor. It'd be hard to say, hey, bench one of the top 2 quarterbacks in fantasy football right now for a rookie who's played a half a game.
Even though he's going up against one of the best defenses in the NFL currently, doesn't that stack the cards against him?
Yes, and that's the only reason I think this makes it a legit argument. Personally, I'm going to start Baker. If it was me and my team, give me the young hot quarterback against the crappy defense over the old never was quarterback versus the best defense in the league. So,
Well, he's playing. New Orleans is coming to town to play the Giants. A possible shootout. I'm going to say start Eli Manning.
yeah,
We got a quick question. Somebody had already asked it, but if y'all want to be brief real quick.
Sure.
Fitzmagic or Russell Wilson?
Wilson.
Thank you for the questions. What does that say? What did Brian Hosler say?
He says he likes the baby face look, Jeff.
Oh, thank you.
It's natural.
Yeah, I'm out of razors. I'd have been babyface myself.
Good morning, Oklahoma.
Who?
Karen Cox said, good morning from Oklahoma.
Hey, good morning.
Hey. She's on the Baker Mayfield train, I bet.
I would hope so.
Either
From
that or-
Oklahoma.
Either that or she's a big Mason Rudolph fan, just hoping Big Ben goes down.
Yeah.
She's a Cowboys fan.
Another question?
Yes. I don't know what kind, but it's Stafford at Dallas or Dalton at the Falcons.
Stafford at Dallas.
Give me Dalton. Dalton's been solid. They're not going to – I don't see him going in there and winning, but, I can see him and A.J. Green going buku points this week again. Stafford's going to put up some numbers, but, Dallas has played in some low-scoring games, so it's not a given. And so is Detroit. So I see that more of a 21-17 game, whereas I see, Falcons and Bengals being, 30-something to 30-something, or 28-35, something like that. So yeah, give me a Dalton. Even though the team's not great, I think right now he's like the number 6 quarterback in the league this year as far as fantasy points goes. So he's having a solid year. but you know.
I agree with that. Again, I always like to see shootouts, and the Cincinnati versus Atlanta seems to be a pretty good shootout. Dallas's defensive line's playing decent, so I go. Even though I don't like his stupid evil eyebrows, I'll go Dalton.
Red Rifle.
We're going back to the Peter Pistol P question.
Pete.
He said Baker, Eli, or Fitzmagic. He also added another one in the list, and it's the Neared, a.k.a. the Neckbeard, otherwise known as Captain Luck.
Oh.
Who are the other three again? Fitzpatrick?
Baker, Eli, Fitzpatrick, or Luck.
Luck.
Hands-
Luck. If you
hands
throw
down.
in Luck in there, that changes it. Because again, you're playing. You got a quarterback who's slayed Houston for his career. Coming into a Houston team who's got no offense and a porous defensive backfield. I think Luck's poised to have a pretty big week this week. And I think it's more of a certain. I mean, nothing's certain in life, but it's more of a certainty than any of those other guys.
Yeah, Luck's. I mean, the offensive line for the Colts is horrible, but JJ is probably going to be JJ. So look for quick passes from Luck. With Nyheim Hines there, who can get a short pass and take it 20, 30 yards. I would say Luck or Eli. I'll stay with my pick Eli because I think that's a possible shootout. So I'm gonna stay. Eli, but I wouldn't be surprised if Luck, also does well.
Just quick thank you to Dylan White. He says keep up the great content.
Hey,
Thank you, Dylan.
I know somebody named Dylan White.
Do you?
Hey, I thought you were supposed to be like looking at goats right now, dude.
Speaking on that, I just want to give a plug to Houston Preeminence opening its doors October 1st. Right now, we got a deal going, $75 for 2 years. I think if you do it monthly, it's like $5 a month. So you're getting $75 for 2 years. We will be there. Also, the Platinum Plus, you will get a free seat at our Christmas poker tournament. Because nothing says the birth of our Lord like poker.
Of course.
And you get a chance to win $10,000 for that. And I'm still thinking of quitting because as employees, we cannot win it. So I'm thinking of quitting and trying my best.
Yeah, we've all got our fingers crossed for that, Jeff.
Right, but yeah.
No, HP, it's taken over Houston sports. It's going to change the face of how people listen and see their sports coverage in Houston. I'm proud to be a part of it. I can't wait. And, I mean, countdown is, 37 hours and 27 minutes till we're live. So, everybody, what do you say? I think it's the first so many hours it's going to be.
I'm not
the
sure.
paywall's going to be down, I think, the first day or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Don't hold me to that, anybody. But,
Right.
If you get the 2 years, it's $3 a month to get this coverage for your fantasy football. But coverage and everything else from Astros to Rockets to Texans to, you name it. Anything Houston, anything sports.
But, it's Houston based and all that, but you'll still be having your baseball show, which is going to talk baseball.
We'll definitely be talking Indians.
But you're going to talk Astros, Indians, every team.
Oh, yeah,
So,
definitely.
and of course, us in fantasy football, we're not going to just talk Texans. We're going to be doing this exact same thing. And I just want to say we thank you so much for being part of us, and we really hope to see y'all over there.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
We got Mark Christopher
Hey, Mark.
asking John Brown against Pittsburgh or Golden Tate against Dallas.
I like Tate as far as this goes. I mean, John Brown, again, a lot of potential there. But, he's got Joe Flacco throwing him the ball, and Pittsburgh defense is always still going to be Pittsburgh defense. And if I'm not mistaken, it's in Pittsburgh.
It is.
And then you got Golden Tate, Matthew Stafford throwing him the ball. Dallas is good against the run, not necessarily so much against the pass. I'll take Golden Tate in this matchup.
This is a tough question. Good question. I shouldn't say tough. Good question. Well, it's tough. All right, give me a break. No. Man, I want to.
Just agree with me.
No, not going to do that. I'm not going to agree with you, Chad.
I like it.
I might lean your way, but that's a tough question. I'm sorry, a good question. I'm going to say opposite Chad. I'm going to say Golden Tate. Other than just be opposite
I
of
said
Chad.
Golden Tate.
All right. I'm going to go the other way.
And
No.
we agree.
Golden Tate.
I just played a mind trick on him there. You didn't even know it.
It's not hard.
Stephanie wants to know y'all's thoughts on Rivers against the 49ers D.
Oh, I was going to give my general thoughts. Thank God she asked why. I like Rivers.
At first glance, that looked like Riverdance.
Riverdance.
Go ahead, sorry, go.
I like. It's a short take. I like Rivers against the Niners D. Fred Warner's a stud. If you got IDP, you should be starting Fred Warner. He's tearing it up at the linebacker position. Apparently, the Niners were thinking about bringing Eric Reed back, but he signed with Carolina. Of course, the Niners, kind of looking like the Browns, they go, they say, well, we were going to sign him or re-sign him. Like, well, why didn't you make contact with him? So I like Rivers against the Niners. Chad?
Yeah. I mean, I got it. Same here. San Francisco's, allowing almost 300 yards a game passing. Rivers is averaging almost 300 yards a game passing. So, I mean, 2 and 2 make 4. Pretty easy to figure out what's going to happen there.
Ride the Rivers.
Keith's got a question.
What
we
up,
need
Keith?
you to start one and sit the other. It's between Kenyon Drake or Royce Freeman.
I like Kenyon Drake this week.
Yes.
Again, going back to the matchup, New England gives up almost 150 yards a game rushing. They're not good at stopping the run. I don't think it's going to be Ryan Tannehill throwing the ball all over the place. I think Stills will get his catches. Jakeem Grant will probably get his catches, but it's going to be 250 yards, maybe a touchdown or two. They're going to try to pound the ball against this New England team, slow the clock down, keep it low scoring. Kenyon Drake's got a really good chance to have a big week this week.
Yeah, I agree. I think Kenyon Drake all the way. Pretty much what Chad said.
I don't know if Flowers is still out or
Injured
not,
or
but
not.
He's questionable.
okay, well, he's probably still out because concussion. He's probably going to last a little bit.
And if I'm not mistaken, I know Flowers is a great pass defender, but I mean, was he really that critical in their rush defense too?
I would tell you he is.
As Spencer, our producer.
I'd say filling gaps.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he's like
Closing
like
gaps.
horrible, but I mean, just kind of like J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt, great at getting the quarterback, but not known to be the great run
Actually,
defender.
no. JJ is known to be a great run defender as well.
I would tell you Flowers fills the gap.
Yeah.
He definitely does for them. He gets a lot of tackles when he's
Oh,
playing.
yeah, definitely. Again, but tackles on a defensive end, you could be 3 yards out, on the outside, 4-yard gain, whatever. That's not necessarily a good run stuffer,
Regardless.
And I'm asking. I really don't know enough about that to
Right.
say, but
But regardless,
Yeah.
they're going to want to keep the crowd out of
Yeah.
it, keep the score low. They're going to want to run the ball.
yeah, Gore, Ballage, Drake. Drake's the guy out of those three.
Yeah.
So I mean, I expect him to get the bulk of it, but he can be spelled by these other guys, keep him fresh, and then they'll just keep pounding the ball.
I saw a picture of Frank Gore 10 years ago, and it looked like he was 80.
Yeah.
So now it's 10 years later. What does it look like?
I wanted to say I saw something. Frank Gore's like top 5 rusher all time in the league or
Is
something
he?
like that.
Nah, he's been around for a while.
Who would've thought?
That's a great name for football. Gore. All right, what do we got?
Francisco again. He said, "Thank you guys, much appreciations."
All right.
He said y'all mentioned starting Luck. Now he's asking, should he think about trading Fitz now or wait and see what happens? First off, I'm going to say worst case scenario, Fitz could go out there and throw 3 picks against Chicago, and Winston comes in and starts again.
I think if you're really smart and really want to get over it, go out there and offer Fitzpatrick out in your league and see what people are willing to give for him. You may be people are going to make some dumb offers to you, especially just the way he's been playing.
He's great.
Okay, there's four of us. There's 4 of us in this room right now. How many people think he's going to be a top 5 quarterback at the end of this year? Not one of us just raised our hands.
Maybe.
None of us.
I own him.
Joe owns him, and
owns
he
him.
didn't even raise his hand.
Highly unlikely.
Okay, so I mean, if you get what I'm saying, people are gonna hear the name, see the numbers, and blah blah blah, and just get all happy and jump on the bandwagon. rake them over the coals. Take whatever you can get for him, especially if you have a guy like Luck on your bench behind him. Get a Tannehill in the trade for as a second piece, and a Julio Jones or Antonio Brown or Ezekiel Elliott, whatever dumb trade you're going to get offered. Because trust me, you're going to get offered them. But yeah, throw it out there. Why not?
Yeah, without a doubt, throw it out there. Just go fishing. Throw him out there as bait. See what you can get. He's hot right now. So if you are thinking of trading him, now is the time. You don't want to wait till he cools down.
Yeah, don't let him have another 3-interception game.
Right, exactly. So any other questions?
Yes, we got another Magic question.
Good Lord. All right.
Karen's asking Fitzmagic or Wentz this week?
Wentz.
I'm done. Just start Fitzmagic. All right. Just forget any stats, any feelings. Everyone just start Fitzmagic.
I'm gonna help everybody out here. I'm about to go to the live feed and name every quarterback that you should start over Fitzmagic. Or actually, I'm gonna name every quarterback that Fitzmagic should start over, so we can filter on through some other questions other than the fake Conor McGregor and his eventually going to fold.
I don't like Fitzmagic's matchup against the Bears. Thank you, Karen, but I would start Wentz. He looked great in his game. I just don't like the matchup for Fitzmagic at all this week against the Bears. He comes down to earth.
Luke's saying that he's got some Twitter stuff happening right now. It says, someone tweeted Dez, when are you going to sign to a team? And he tweeted back, soon. Just soon. How do y'all feel about that? What team do y'all think he will be going to?
Is he going up to the CFL to sign with Johnny Manziel's team? Because I don't know a team in the NFL right now that really wants or needs Dez Bryant. He's overrated. He's old. He's lost a step. Guy's not going to play again. Sorry. He'd have been on the team by now.
Ooh, this one's a tough one. Jason's bringing a tough question. He
All
says,
right,
hey,
Jason.
guys, should I start Marvin Jones or Emmanuel Sanders?
Give me Emmanuel Sanders. Kansas City's secondary is kind of depleted a little bit.
Definitely.
They're going out and trying to patchwork it right now. I like Emmanuel Sanders a lot against. I like Demaryius Thomas. I like them both in that game. I think Keenum's going to have his best game this year against KC. So. And you got so many targets on Detroit, like we were talking about Golden Tate, Kenny Golladay. I'll take Emmanuel Sanders.
I would go with Emmanuel Sanders as well. He's a deep threat. Look, Mahomes is hot, so this might be a game where it's going to be pass happy. Oh, Johnny Manziel down.
You know why? We just said something about Dez Bryant coming to his team, and he just passed out.
Yeah. Dez Bryant passed out, too. He's probably passed out somewhere being drunk, but
he's probably still in Dallas weeping that he's not a Cowboy anymore.
Right? Yeah, but I'm gonna say well, he got benched, I think, in the CFL.
Who cares?
That's the way I felt about Dez. So, I would go Emmanuel Sanders just for the game playing the Chiefs. They might play catch up, and he's just the better deep threat in that against Jones.
Karen's got another question. She needs y'all to pick two. Kamara, Beast Mode, Ajayi, or Shady. I'm going to say Kamara and Ajayi right off the bat.
I think that's really your only option there. LaShawn McCoy, I think he's going to be back this week, but I don't know if he's even going to be at full health. So to me, you go ahead and eliminate LaShawn McCoy right there. Ajayi is playing on a team where Corey Clement's hurt, Darren Sproles is hurt. Mm-hmm. You've got an undrafted free agent who's in there in the backfield with you. So, to me, it's got to be Ajayi. And, Kamara's no questions best running back out there right now.
Yeah, without a doubt, you want to go there. McCoy is questionable. Cleveland's got a pretty good linebacking core that rack up a lot of tackles. So, I would go the same. I would start Ajayi. And, here's a help for all you. Just start Kamara.
Yeah. If you ever have to ask that question, that's pretty given. I don't care if Mark Ingram's back. I don't care if they sign Todd Gurley. Kamara's still going to get his touches and scores points.
Thank you, Karen. We appreciate you.
All right, Jermaine's got two back-to-back questions.
Oh, okay.
We're going to start with his first one. He needs two of them. Half-point PPR. He needs Royce Freeman, Shady, Ajayi, Aaron Jones, or Lewis. Dion.
Okay, well, again, we'll just go ahead and scratch out McCoy on that.
I'm going to Jay and Jones.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I don't like either of Tennessee's running backs this week.
No.
And that's coming from somebody who owns Deion Lewis on his team, and I have to start him. Well, I don't have to start him. I'm debating between him and Aaron Jones myself right now. I want to see Aaron Jones do it again. I want to see him become that focal point again before I'm comfortable starting him. But if that's your option, Aaron Jones he's going to score some points. It's just how many. So yeah, to me it's Ajayi and Jones.
Okay, let's get a couple more questions and then we'll shut it down.
All right, his follow-up question is, who do you start?
It was Eli or Tannehill.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I go Eli just for the fact that we both think Miami's going to want to run the ball. Mm-hmm. I just think the Patriots know the Dolphins, so they know his little nuances and such. I think New Orleans coming into the Giants' home, I think that's a possible shootout. I like shootouts, so I'm going to say start Eli on that one.
Do you like shootouts, Jeff?
I do.
I did not know that. I like Tannehill in this game, but I like Tannehill to do what Tannehill does. 200, 250 yards, 1 touchdown, maybe 2 touchdowns, if that. He's going to be a solid start. He's not going to be a great start. He'll get you the middle of the road points, whereas Eli does have a great matchup and a potential shootout and can score a lot of points potentially. So, yeah, give me Eli over Tannehill.
But I will say Eli also has the great potential to throw 9 interceptions. But
hey, Fitzpatrick threw 3 last week, and he's still the talk of the town.
Well, that's because he threw 400 yards and TDs, so it didn't matter fantasy-wise.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jermaine.
Nobody's asked about Fitzpatrick today. What are you talking about, Chad?
We got one from Brandon. It's PPR. Mm-hmm. Need one. He's got Drake, Crowell, and Allen. Javaris Allen. I'm
going to go Drake. I think Collins gets the workload in Baltimore. I think Allen's going to get his carries, but nothing great. And same with Kroll. He's going to play in a low-scoring game against the Jacksonville team. So, yeah, give me Drake.
I'm going to say Drake, too. Allen's got a good chance to score, but he's just not going to get the bulk of the carries. He might get 2 receptions, 25 yards, and a TD, maybe 8, 9 carries.
10 more minutes.
I think Drake will be, like, say, the main ball carrier. Well, technically, he has to leave at 11.
No.
We're good.
When
I take the headphones off and walk away from the table, we're gone.
Okay.
All right, we got one from Lloyd. He says,
Lloyd,
start Carson or Lindsey. And I just want to say right now that Lindsey got ejected for throwing a punch. It's the only reason why he was so low.
Right.
Lloyd, if you're listening right now, can you retweet back who else you have at running back? And I mean, being serious, I'm trying to see what your running back situation looks like where it's Carson or Lindsey that you have to choose from.
I like if I had to
and if
choose,
I don't hear back, if we don't hear anything in the next couple minutes, I'll go back to that one.
If I had to choose right now, I'd just say Lindsey for the potential. I don't think he's going to be that stupid and throw another punch.
Well, whether he's stupid or not, I mean, has he fallen out of grace enough to, hey, we're going to sit this guy a little bit and make him learn his lesson?
Yeah, I don't know. That's something you want to keep. I don't think so. I think he got suspended, or got kicked out of the game. They're going to come back. Any other questions?
She also has Enunwa or Corey Davis.
Oh, Enunwa.
I would go Emu there. Emu.
Corey Davis may have a third-string quarterback throwing to him before the end of that game. Gabbert's out. Mariota's back, but who knows how long he's going to stay healthy. Do we know who Tennessee's third quarterback is? Alex Tanney or
what? Did McGloin get signed again?
No idea.
T.J. Yates.
T. Martin.
All right, yeah, T. Martin.
Dayton's got a question. Start Brady or Tannehill?
Ooh, I'd start Brady.
I think Brady's going to go off.
Brady's the downward spiral that they've been going. It's definitely Brady.
What backwards universe are we in where we actually would have a debate over Brady or Tannehill?
Right?
Playing a game.
What the hell's going on around here?
Let's have the Bizarro World conversation.
I'm guessing that was for a flex with Lindsey and Carson because he says he's got Thompson, Zeke, and Eckler.
So I'd be starting Thompson, Zeke, and Eckler.
Yeah, I would.
Personally,
if
I'd
you-
go
it-
Thompson, Zeke, Lindsey.
I go Eckler.
Well, see, and I'd be if those three guys are already you have three running backs for some chance, and it's a flex spot or whatever it is, and you have to play Carson or Lindsey. I'm playing Carson.
I'm going Lindsey.
Seattle's playing Arizona. Rashad Penny hasn't done anything yet. Carson is the de facto go-to guy there. I mean, he's got a good shot at putting up a little bit of points. And Lindsey, like I said, you never know if he fell out of favor with coaches for even half a game, and they're just going to feed Royce Freeman. That'll screw you. So I know Carson's going to play. I know he's going to get some carries. So, but if I had to, I'd start the other three guys.
Yeah, we definitely would start Eckler over those two
Oh, yeah.
guys.
All right, Francisco's last question.
Okay.
This is a multi-question.
Good
Says,
Lord.
what is Bell's value as a trade target? Is he worth pursuing? It's 0.5 PPR?
No.
No. And then he was going to say what to package.
Be-
He's got Fitz and
Le'Veon
everything.
Bell is 2 weeks away from having zero value in fantasy football this year.
He's got to come back by week 8, I believe.
I say 6.
No. I mean,
No, he has
to
be
come
back.
back.
Actually, literally,
he actually has to show up by week 11.
Week 11. Thank
or
you, producer.
Pittsburgh at that point basically has the right
To a franchise.
Transition tag them.
Yes,
correct.
thank you.
And he definitely has no value at that
But
point.
even still, he shows up. Doesn't mean he's going to play. Doesn't mean he's going to be on the team. It's just him showing up and saying, "Hey, I'm here."
If he
And
does
it's-
show up, he's going to have a hard matchup against Connor because he's going to have to put his A
Oh,
game out there.
I'll tell you right now.
Honestly, they could let him sit.
If Bell's dressed out in uniform, Connor's your backup. Period.
What were you saying, Joe?
I was going to say, honestly, if they let him sit and transition tag him, that would be a big FU to him.
True.
But is it really worth the hassle?
No.
Right now, they're taking on trade requests.
It's a business.
Because they want to get the best thing that they can out of him now.
You can't play childish games in a business. I mean, it's the back and forth, whatever. But when it comes down to brass tacks, they're going to trade him.
If you are playing playoff fantasy football and you like the Steelers, I mean, if he's back by that time, then yeah, take him. If you think I don't know if you play playoff fantasy football. You only get one draft, and if you love the Steelers, think they're going to go to the Super Bowl, he might be a worthy pick then because like I say, he has to be back by week 11. So
Before he sat out all these games and decided to be a little crybaby and not show up and do his job, I liked the Steelers to go to the Super Bowl with him on that team. Right now, I don't know if Steelers are going to make the playoffs.
all right,
This is our final question now.
final question.
It's a trade question. Lloyd was offered Thielen and Jordan Howard for Zeke. Should he accept?
No. Zeke's top 3 running back in the NFL. He's the workhorse on that team. You can find a Thielen out there. Jordan Howard's, a 10 to 15 running back. No, keep Zeke.
I don't know if you need wide receiver help, but Thielen is more. He's a solid receiver, but I think he's kind of the number 2 receiver.
Yeah, he's not Antonio Brown. He's not Julio Jones.
But I mean, Stephon Diggs is the number 1
Well, yeah.
receiver. So that's what I mean when I say he's a number 2. He's a good receiver. He gets the things, but Chad's exactly right. Zeke is the workhorse. That even though they haven't been playing great, that offensive line will get short up there. Jordan Howard, same thing. He's
a split back.
He's a split back.
And he doesn't consistently put up big numbers. Zeke is twice as good as Jordan Howard and 3 times as good as Adam Thielen. So when you do the math, Zeke's better than both of them combined.
If they want to bring Antonio Brown for Zeke, all right, then you can think about
Yeah,
that.
then you're talking. But
not
no.
for Thielen and Jordan.
No, yeah.
You tell that guy to screw off with his bad, stupid trades.
That or counter him back and ask for the best player on his team
Yeah,
with those 2 guys.
and then tell him to screw off.
And then when he rejects your trade, and you go out and still win because you have Zeke. So
That's right. All right, is that it? All right. Sorry we didn't get to. If we missed some of your questions, we apologize.
we'll get to them though. We will get on and answer them for sure. If
please-
it's not one of us, it'll be somebody.
Yeah, please send us your questions throughout the day. Want to make you aware of Houston Preeminence, hptx.us. $75 membership for 2 years is a steal. You get that. The Platinum Plus membership, you get a free seat at the Christmas poker tournament, which you will have a chance to win $10,000. We also want to thank our sponsors, Grizzly Grease. Great products for your beard. It's organic, and they've also added soaps recently. And Chad, thank you for co-hosting with me. I always enjoy it.
I love doing this.
I just want to say real quick that the HP, it won't just be football, fantasy football. It's going to be a variety of sports covering all kinds of things.
Yeah, but if you like what you get with us right now in the whole fantasy aspect, it's only going to be 10 times better once we get partnered with HP doing this moving forward. We got a lot better, access to film studies and things of that nature to just take our game to the next level. So, if you like what you see now, just wait.
Yeah, like I say, Joe's All the Smoke podcast will be there. Chad's baseball podcast will be there. All right, again, thank you, Spencer and Joe, for producing.
Thanks, guys. Did a great job.
Kat's not here, but thank you for putting up Pat's Dodds because it was raining like Hades.
Yeah, I hope the rain sound didn't make too bad of an effect. I could hear it in the headphones.
Well, we have a portable AC going, so you probably hear that in the background. Could be my stomach, I don't know. But anyway, hey, thanks again, folks. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you.